Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another late night review. Tonight we're looking at a video nasty. We're looking at Bloody Moon, which I believe is an Italian stroke Spanish video nasty from the 1980s. Let's just double check, see if it tells me on here. No, it's a Jess Franco film, so yeah. So this was coming out in the 80s, and it was one of the movies that hit the video nasty range here in the UK when it came out on VHS. It's a very cheesy film. It's a slasher based on this like girls sort of like boarding school on this island, I believe, and they're all there learning Spanish and stuff like that. And it starts off in the film where we got the main lad in there. I think his name's Manuel. He's got like a scar down this side of his face, and it sort of starts off when he's sort of stalking these kids are having this sort of like party disco on by the pool, and he's stalking them, watching them all from the woods and stuff like that. And he grabs like this Mickey Mouse mask and puts it on, and he sort of starts getting off with one of the girls, and they go to her apartment, flat 13, and they start to sort of like get to the point where they're going to sort of like get down to it. And she takes the mask off and sees that it's him with his scar, and then she doesn't want to know, so he gets a pair of scissors and he starts stabbing and stabbing her. It's quite a gory death, so I can't show you any of that. Most of the deaths in this I can't show you because it's all around nudity as well. And so he kills her, and then we sort of cut to 5 years later where he's being released from this psychiatric hospital with his sister, and there's a sort of weird relationship going on with him and his sister, an incestuary sort of relationship where he's in love with her and she loves him, but they can't sort of like get together. Anyway, we were back at this boarding school, and we sort of meet the old lady, the mother, or the stepmom, or whatever it is, and she's already told the girl that she's not going to leave him anything in the will. It's all going to be left to Emmanuel, who's like the male, who's deformed face. And we meet the other guy who works there, and we meet Anton, who all the girls fancy. It's all girls at this school, and they're all sort of like really beautiful, pretty girls, and it's all these pervy men work there, and there's loads of shots of them sort of glaring at these girls and stuff like this. It's quite seedy sort of film, and the acting is shocking. Oh my god! Well, not necessarily the acting, but the dubbing is just really, really poor, and the cutting of the film is sort of like everywhere. Anyway, so they're all at this this boarding school, and the girl arrives back with our guy with a scar on his face, because he also lives there, and because obviously it's owned by his mum in the wheelchair, this sort of building. And so he's sort of then on the way there, that they make a train trip, and they meet one of the girls that are going to there, and he sort of already fancies her, and he sort of stalks her a bit on the train, and his sister thinks she's cute, because there's one bit where it looks like she hears a scream, the sister. She runs to the compartment on the train and see the window open and just a scarf hanging out, and she already thinks her brother Emmanuel's already killed this girl, and he hasn't. She's just like got a scarf caught on the window. But anyway, she arrives at this boarding school as well, and then all of her friends, oh, you're so late, you should have been here a few days ago, we've already started. And it's just like, it's so really poorly acted, and they're all craving after this one guy that works there called Anton. I think he's the only guy there, I think, the young one, and he's loving it because he's getting all these young girls after him. And obviously our main dude's sort of like not liking any of this, and the new girl that was on the train, has only gone and moved into the flat 13 where he killed the first girl, and he starts to stalk her at night and all these sort of things, and follow her around and all this lot of it. And you think she's going to get killed because you see bits when she's in the room in bed at night and you see him come in with a knife, but then the lights come on it and he's not there, sort of thing. And there's one night where one of her friends comes to ask her to borrow a sweater because she's going out on the boat trip with some men she'd met. So she lends her this sweater and she gets killed. I was just thinking, you're in the same room, but obviously she weren't. She gets killed by our killer, and she gets like a big knife right through her back, and it comes out through her breast. And again, of course, I can't show you that because she's naked and it's you know, it's gone right through her breast. It's like a really bloody death. But then our main girl, so she comes in and finds the dead body and goes out screaming. And of course, Anton's walking past, and she drags him in to show him the dead body, but the body's gone. And he finds a book on the bed about murders, and he thinks she's been reading this story, and it's sort of like made her think of this. And then her friend turns up and also saying, yeah, no, she'd be all right. And then the main sort of the teacher comes and says, everyone go home, no one's dead. But then the next day at the class, the girl's missing, the one that's been killed. So she goes out investigating the young girl. She goes down to the harbour to see if anyone's seen her then. She knows she's dead, but I think she's been sort of led to believe that she's dreamt it all because of, like I said, there was no blood or stuff. But then she goes back to her apartment and there's the bloody jumpers there and there's blood everywhere and stuff like this. It's a bit everywhere. It really, really is. It's so confusing and everywhere. The film's really cheesy and it's really sort of badly put together. It's a real sort of bad Italian slasher film, and I love it. It's absolutely awesome. Really, really cool. And it has got some quite cool deaths in it. And this was on a video nasty list because there's some bloody deaths in it and there's a lot of nudity. So you can see why it hit the video nasty scene. But at the time they were sort of like hitting everything that they thought was going to be this video nasty. So this is quite tame to a lot of other video nasties, but it's such fun. I had a great time watching it. It's really tacky. It's really funny. And, you know, you're thinking... It tries so hard to be like a good film, like Pieces or something like that. It tries so hard to be something like that, but it's not. It just doesn't have that capability or skill or acting to do it. Jess Franco made loads of films, horror films, and I've got to say he's not one of my favourite sort of Spanish Italian directors that made these sort of films. He's not one of my favourites. He's not one of my go-tos because I find his films that little bit low par to the others. But this one was fun. It's really cool. Can't take anything away from that. And like I said, there's been some quite good kills in it, and it is quite a slow burn sort of 80s European teen flick, if you like, and I enjoyed it. I'm giving it a great watch and giving it an 8 out of 10 because I really, really enjoyed it. The pluses of this edition, Severin, this is released by Severin, have done a really good sort of like remaster of it. It's still got a lot of grain in there, but I want it to look like a VHS tape. When you get these really old tacky films, you want them to look old and tacky and retro, and this does. Really, really cool. The acting is shockingly bad. Really bad. It's really, really poor. It's got to be one of the worst acted films and dub films I've seen, and it's absolutely brilliant. I love it because it brings so much more charm to the film. When films are like this, because you got to think, there's so many of these films out there, so many, and not many of them are brilliant or any good. So when you get something that's really bad, that is good. This is what this is like. It's bad, but it's good, and it's cool. And I can see why it's probably got its own following. It must have, because I would quite happily join that following. It's not up there with Pieces, but it's not that far behind when it comes to the tackiness. And it's like that sort of incest story going on with this sister and our main male. You're thinking, oh, is he the killer? Was she the killer? You know, because she says one part in the film when, because he comes on to her and tells him, she goes, oh, we can't, I'm your sister, we can't go back to that way because everyone just makes fun of us. I'm so scared. The only thing we can do is get rid of everybody. If we got rid of everybody, and so, you know, you're thinking, well, which one's doing the killing? Or was it someone else? You really need to watch it and find out. It's really cool. Really good. Bloody Moon, 8 out of 10. And was it Blood Moon? Yeah, Bloody Moon. 8 out of 10. Any of you guys seen it? If you have, let me know down below what you think of it. I do love a good tacky film. There's something so charming about them. And when I get one of these sort of video nasties that are tacky as well, it's like, yeah, what a great watch. I had great fun. When I brought it, I had a few... when I did a pickup video, because when I brought it, I had a few comments on the video saying, "Oh, it's not very good. It's very lame." I don't think that. I don't find it lame. I find something in these films that maybe other people don't. But each to their own. You know, it's like everyone has something that they're looking for that is quite. That draws them to it, and I liked it. I liked the personalities. I liked the characters in it. Although they were terrible and really badly acted, I still felt for them. I still liked them, and I just thought, oh yeah, this is cool, and I really enjoyed it every sort of minute. Really cool film. Guys, till my next review, please check out some more channels. Check out Horror Hands, Horror Geek, Man v Film, RS Design, Pizzawell. I am Ice Lord, Cat watches horror movies, Grumpy Andrews, Haunted House, and a massive shout out to the lad. Till next time, look after yourselves, look after one another, and I really hope I see you all soon.